Boom. You looking for this?
What? Chicken noodle?
I'm sorry.
What is she, Magneto?
Percy's face in that one was just like, what the heck?
How's he gonna get out of this one?
It's giving Frodo hanging from Mount Doom vibes.
So unfair. You never had a chance, did you?
He was sick.
Only someone cared enough for you to provide you with one.
That's what you think. Oh my gosh. Book readers know. This is giving Mark of Athena. It's giving Mark of Athena. Oh my gosh.
Whoa. Dang. Ooh.
This is exactly how I pictured it in the books.
Dang. I like the way they shot that.
Your father is here.
Hmm.
He's always been here. It is so hard for him to stand back, to see you struggle. It is so hard for us all. But he's here, and he's so very proud. Trust him. Trust yourself. Just breathe.
And she means literally Percy.
Ooh. That's pretty cool.
Sick.
Welcome back to Boomshot. I'm Colby and this is Maddie, and today we are reacting to / reviewing episode 4 of the Percy Jackson series. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, go watch it and come back to this video. We're going to get into it starting now. So what'd you think?
I liked it. This episode felt so short, and I guess because it was only like 29 minutes maybe of actual like show.
Yeah.
But it's still really enjoyable. Percy falling into the Mississippi is probably like one of my favorite scenes from The Lightning Thief, so it was cool seeing that play out. And they changed a lot of it from how it happened in the book, but I thought the way they worked it was really good. So
Am I the only one that didn't know that you could go inside the arch?
yeah. For some reason, when I was reading this in the books, I always pictured it. I guess I got my landmarks confused. I was picturing it as like the Space Needle instead of like the arch.
But stuff like that, I think, is interesting with that whole thing. How it was like a tribute to Athena.
Yeah.
I think it's cool how they'll tie in stuff like that to the real world.
Me too. 100%.
Loki's done kind of a similar thing with D.B. Cooper and saying like, you know, it was him. That's why it's unexplained in real life. But I like when they do stuff like that.
Yeah, it makes it feel more like it could have actually happened or it could be real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy little tidbits like that too.
Yeah, and I think probably my favorite part was like when Percy fell. Not that he fell, but just the fact that the way they shot it, I think, was cool.
Yeah.
They've been cutting to black a lot, I feel like, in this show. But I feel like it was almost a payoff in that because, like, you didn't know what was going to... You probably did. I didn't know exactly what was going to happen, and you see, like, almost a hand of water come out and save him. So I think it was almost... It almost put you in Percy's shoes as it was falling because it, like, went... and then eventually got upside down. Yeah. And I thought that was cool they shot that.
Me too. I wonder why they've been using the cut to black. Because it feels like something that's, like, super, like, vintage. Not really done now.
Could it be, like, because it's such a popular book series that, like, turning the page or something? Or, like, end of chapter? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Maybe. Yeah, that's a good thought. And it's also interesting, I think another thing to talk about is the beginning of the episode when we see Percy's dream. And the voice that's talking to him. I mean, like, Am I allowed to say who it is?
No.
I guess not. Okay, but yeah.
If you know, you know, and I don't.
Yeah.
But
I read the books. But that is something to pay attention to. What the voice is saying to him in his dreams, definitely something to be aware of. Super important.
Yeah, I see that. And I guess another big part in this episode is how. Also, it kind of caused me some confusion, but you clarified while we were watching it. Is how like, how the real world is impacting the mythological world, even if they don't realize it. Was it the centaurs or the minotaurs or something?
The centaurs.
The centaurs.
The minotaur was a monster.
Oh, my bad. But how they're like kind of like taking them out, which you said kind of like their habitat and stuff, but they don't know they're there. Is that correct? They're just kind of like building cities and stuff, and that's kind of like destroying.
Yeah.
You know, like their livelihood.
Right. Yeah. That's what I would say. And like what Grover said too, like Pan, the god of the wild, he's been missing for like
I thought that was interesting.
1,000 years. Yeah, and I feel like that could also kind of play into like a real world trope, because as Pan's been missing, society's gotten bigger and bigger and cities have gotten bigger and bigger.
I wonder. I feel like that was an intentional thing they put in there. It almost seems like something they could go like make a separate show of in the future or something. I don't know. Maybe they've made books of it. I don't know.
Well, it is kind of important, and it's important that Grover's talking about it.
Yeah, I just thought it was cool how like they go on quest to find him, and he's been missing for so long.
Yeah, but
not cool that
satyr has ever come back too.
Yeah,
so.
Not cool that they haven't come back, but like it's just a cool concept to me that like
they were looking for him.
Yeah, that they're looking for him. He's been missing. It sounds like a cool season or episode, whatever they could do with it.
Yeah, well, this will definitely come back into play, I'd say. Not this season, but maybe like season starting, possibly even next season.
Yeah.
So if it's gonna keep in track with the book timeline, but yeah. I feel like we learn some Grover backstory, learn a little bit more about Annabeth. She talked about her dad, her necklace.
And also, her mom kind of forsook her in this episode. I know.
Right? I'm like, Athena girl, what you doing?
And that was for Medusa's head?
Yeah. And see, in the books that didn't happen. I feel like in the books, the relationships between the half-bloods and the gods are like a lot more nuanced. Like, I feel like in the show, Percy's being portrayed as having a lot of like anger towards his dad, and I think he did have some in the books, but he wasn't like so spiteful that he didn't want to have anything to do with him. And then as far as like Annabeth and Athena, I feel like Annabeth maybe just has like this blind maybe respect for Athena, but in the books I feel like it was more like she was trying to prove herself to her mom. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I got you. And I just thought of something while you were saying that. Are most of the demigods alliteration? Is that the word for it?
What do you mean?
Percy, Poseidon, P and P.
Oh, no.
Annabeth, Athena, A and A.
No, I think it just worked out that
Is that
way.
Alliteration? No.
Yeah.
No. Is it?
It's the same word like Peter Parker.
Okay.
But, no.
Okay.
I think that's just a coincidence.
Okay, I was like, maybe I'm onto something here. But, anyways, the thing about them destroying their land and stuff, that's something we talk about in real life. I thought
Going back to that.
Yeah, going back to that. That's something we talk about in real life sometimes. And that's kind of happening here where we live. So I think it was interesting how they tied that in.
Yeah, urbanization and everything.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's still, I mean, you know, it's happening to people in real life. So
yeah, for sure. We do talk about that a lot because we're seeing more animals. Anyways, let's not get into all that because it makes us sad. Yeah. I definitely see Grover's viewpoint. He's very eco-conscious.
Yeah. And Grover's cool. I like Grover.
And he's vegetarian.
I feel like we got a lot more of his backstory coming up.
Yeah.
I can kind of sense that.
I already feel like we've honestly covered a lot of his backstory already.
Really?
Yeah, because I feel like in the books this didn't really develop until like later. Like I don't think Percy found out about Thalia, Annabeth, and Luke and Grover till a lot later in the book. But this he already knows. So. Yeah. But overall, I think it was a good episode. I mean, I feel like a lot of things were talked about, uncovered, but it just happened in a really short period of time.
Yeah. And, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I hope the episodes are longer going forward.
Yeah, me too. Hopefully this is the shortest episode. But we've got a lot to look forward to next episode.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it every week, but I will say that's one thing like Disney Plus has kind of disappointed me sometimes in is the length of the episodes.
Yeah, they're kind of like making a name for themselves, being the episodes being so short. Like,
I understand if you're gonna go with like more episodes, but like 8 episodes, is that what it is? 8? You know, I kind of think more of like 45 to an hour.
Yeah.
Or 50 to an hour.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I guess maybe it's the budget issue, but surely, because they did that with Mando.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's been happening a lot, but I mean, I understand if like the story is better suited for a shorter episode, and you know they'll probably be longer going forward, but
yeah, hopefully so. I think the longest one so far has been 43 minutes.
And maybe that's not all bad that we keep saying this because maybe that means we want to see more.
Yeah.
That wants us to, because you know every time like an episode ends, I'm like, oh man, wish I could see more.
Yeah,
but
same.
I guess that's kind of why they're real quick testing the Echo thing with all 5 episodes coming out at once. So we'll see how that works. But
oh yeah, that'll be good. That show looks really good.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to the rest of this show. So I know you are.
Yeah, I'm super hyped. Next episode, we're gonna be in the Tunnel of Love. And we're gonna see another god pop in. Any guesses? Any guesses as to who it might be?
Probably the goat Hermes. But what I'm thinking of is I done forgot. Dang, what was I gonna say? Oh, that's what it was. So the head monster lady, what was her name? Echidna. I feel like that's kind of like a mid-season boss. Like she's that yeah.
No, there's gonna be a new villain every episode.
That's what I'm saying, but I feel like, as far as monsters go, isn't she kind of like at the top of the pyramid?
To be honest, I really don't know that much about Echidna.
Well, she's like the mother of all monsters. I was just thinking like they've already faced, as far as monsters go, like the top of the mountain. So like maybe they're gonna start running into different things other than monsters. I don't know.
Well, next episode they're gonna run into a god, and they're gonna go on a little side quest. So there is that. I mean, probably won't be any monsters next episode.
Yeah, well, I mean, we did see, if you watch through the credits, the little teaser at the end. But
I kind of figured that that's what they were gonna do, and I think the episode after that will be going to Las Vegas.
Ooh.
So, yeah, to the Lotus Casino. So we've got a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, and before we close out, I want to give this one little deep cut. The first video me and Kel ever filmed was in a tree like 10 years ago. I climbed up in a tree and dropped my iPod from it, and I went ah, and then Caleb caught it at the bottom, so it looked like we were falling. And you could hear my voice. So that's what it kind of reminded me of, that little Percy falling at the end there. That was kind of Boomshot's first run.
Yeah, the Caleb Colby lore increases.
Yeah. It just reminded me of that. Maybe that's why it was my favorite scene.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And a little cool tidbit there.
Yeah.
Y'all were movie makers ahead of your time.
Yeah, we were like, dude, this is genius. I'm going to go up in this tree and drop my phone down and go, ah! And just like twist it around and stuff.
Oh my gosh. What movie were y'all making?
I can't remember. We had a name for it, but anyways. I thought that was a fun little fact there.
Yeah, fun little tidbit. Behind the scenes with Boomshot. Boomshot lore.
Yeah, but you have any closing thoughts?
Nope. Just really enjoyed this episode, even though it was pretty short, and looking forward to the next episode.
Yeah, I feel like it's a good midway point. Like I said, it's kind of like she feels like a mid-season boss. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in a game, you have a boss in the middle, or like, a middle boss and then the final boss.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it felt like to me.
Yeah.
So, and it is like right in the middle, like you said. So.
Yeah.
I think it was a good episode.
Yeah.
And also, like, he kind of leveled up. He beat the boss.
Right. We ended on a high point
the boss and
with Poseidon.
Up. Yeah.
Like, finally reaching out to him. That we've seen for the first time in the show. So, yeah.
All right.
I would agree.
Yeah. So, that's all we got. Let us know what you think in the comments. And thanks for watching. See you next time.
Bye.